Hi, we're going to continue our work in PAN. So far, the state has uploaded our rosters into PAN. We've created sessions in PAN, and we've checked to make sure that the accommodations are attached to our students in PAN. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually add our students to the sessions that we've created. And there's a few ways we're going to work through this process, but you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. So let's get started. First thing we have to do is make sure we're logged into the training account. And as you can see, it's the training account. It's got training on the top, the sandy colored ribbon across the top. Make sure you're in the proper school. And I'm working in the ABLE Academy. You probably won't have an option there, but make sure you're in the school that you intend to be in. And it says Spring 2020 Summative. To add students to session, I'm going to work in the testing menu. So I'm going to click on testing on the home screen. And I'm going to go to students in sessions. So the main idea is I have to select the session, then I have to select the student to add to the session. So first of all, we have to select the session. So I don't see any sessions on my session list. So I'm going to click on add session. And if you remember our naming protocol, we always started with the name of the school. And let's imagine I'm working on third grade math. So I'm going to take third grade math, ABLE math, third grade, and scroll down till I see add selected. So I'm working inside the ABLE math third grade session, or at least that's a session I'm going to be able to work in. So now I'm going to click on my menu options. I can get those through the task bar, or I could always go to all tasks. I tend to start with all tasks. Now it looks like I have an error message. And that's because when you select all tasks, the first task is the operational one, and that's not something we can do until kids are testing. But I'm actually looking for the add students to sessions. So I'm going to click on that. Great. So now I'm going to add students to sessions. And it looks like it's asking me for the session again. Well, that's because what I did a minute ago is to create a list of sessions I can work with. Now I've got to select the session from that list. Turns out there's only one session in the list, so it's kind of an easy question. Now I could start typing in the name of my students, but I think the best thing to do is to search show all results. Now I see all of the students that I've worked on before. I created a list of fake students, as you can see, last AA, last AB, and so on. Let's imagine that the first 3 students, and then we skip maybe 3, and these students all belong in that specific session. So I'm going to click on those students, and I would continue. I would have maybe a list of students. I see them on the screen, and I add them to the session I'm working in. Now I'm going to look for the word add, and I see it up here, and I'm going to add. So last AA, AB, and AC have been added. So let's imagine I've got to add some more. So let's try this one more time. I'm going to select show all results. Now, if you notice, my list of students starts with last AD. Well, what happened to AA, AB, and AC? Well, these are available students. AA, AB, and AC aren't available because they've already been added to a session, and a student can't be in 2 sessions at the same time for the same test. Also, now there's 93 students available. There were 99 students available. So let's pick the next 3. I'm going to add them. It says success, change is saved. Now I'm going to add some more students, search, show all results. Now I see there's only 90 students available. So you can see what happens. The list of available students reduces every time I add a student to a session. So as we're working through populating our sessions with students, this is a way to check that every student has been placed into a session. All right, so that's good. So let's back up now. Let's go back to the home screen. And let's take a look now at students. I want to show you one more thing. Now I've got to find students in my options here. There we go, under setup, students. Another way we can check what we're doing is look at the status of our individual students. Now this list of students and show all results is highlighted. I have my list of students. Let's look at the status of student AA, AB, and AC. I'm going to select those students, go to all tasks. I'm selecting my first student. And if you remember from the previous video, I said this little I inside the blue circle is really important. Here's another reason it's important. I'm going to click on Show Student Details. And I see these options. Let's look at sessions. And I can see the student is added to this specific session. And I can close that. I can look at my next student. I can look at the student's details. I can click on sessions. And I can see the student has been added to that session. So that's one way we can double check our work. So in review quickly, start on our home screen, go to testing, students and sessions. We need to add the sessions. We're creating a library of sessions that we can work with. Now, in this case, I'm going to select all of them, all of the ones that are left. Add selected. So this is my bank of sessions I can work with. Now I'm going to go to all tasks, add students to sessions. I've got a larger bank of sessions now I can choose from. Let's suppose it's third grade reading I'm working with now. I could click on third grade reading. I can show all results, and I could continue that process. So that's how we add students to sessions. If you have any questions, get in touch. Thanks a lot.